I felt a lot more confident about the Texas game after the Kentucky and Mississippi State performances. After the Vanderbilt performance, and maybe there's still some people who are like still wait and see because just it's Vanderbilt and you're just mentally trained to not respect that win. But that's a good win. A good team came, and also maybe this isn't accurate. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong because you're the Texas fan, but I kind of felt like they made it look closer than it was. Obviously, they had the ridiculous comeback, but I feel like Texas was dominating that game for 3 quarters.
No, they definitely weren't. Even like up until the 4 minutes left in the game, 4.5 minutes about that time, Vanderbilt was still down by 17 points in that game. Like they scored 2 touchdowns in the final 4 minutes to make that a game where we had to survive an onside kick. But they possessed the ball one time the entire game, and it was their first drive where they had a chance to take the lead or tie the game. That's it. So I think, yeah, I agree. I think we dominated that football game. They had like 170 total yards of offense through 3 quarters in that game. We had over 400. So yeah, we were dominating that game. It's one of those things that's super frustrating with this team. And I always have to remind myself, this is a super young football team. And I think a lot of that has to do with like Mississippi State and Kentucky. Those are the road struggles you see. That's another reason this game concerns me, because our best games have come at home. We've looked the best when we're at home, and we haven't been at home very much this year. When we go on the road, we haven't looked good. We didn't look good versus Ohio State. That was the first game, and ours looked god off in that football game. So maybe you throw that one out, but he hasn't looked good in the Florida game. He hasn't looked good in the Kentucky game. He looked good in the Mississippi State game, but as a team, as a whole, they haven't looked good in any of the games on the road. So that worries me in this football game.
Yeah, I mean, Georgia has lost one game at Sanford since 2019, and it was to the team that always beats them. So that's definitely a factor going into this one. Yeah, it's going to be an insane environment. I mean, especially considering what happened last year with the infamous water bottle throwing incident and everything. Like, we've seen this environment get raucous before, or whatever you want to say, and I think that's going to be a thing to say again. But I don't want to overplay the road matchup thing, because the last time we did that was the Alabama game, and that was like, oh, Alabama's played Georgia so many times, but they struggled on the road. They lost to Florida State. They lost to Oklahoma and Vanderbilt on the road last year. They've never actually come to Athens, and it didn't really end up mattering because Alabama just came in there and they outplayed them. So it's definitely possible to beat this team at home, and I think the way that you do that is you just wear out that defense and you just keep them on the field, which is what Alabama was so good at doing. And it'll be tougher for Texas to do that with their struggles running the ball, but I kind of think there's a way to do it with Manning, because as much as, the Manning conversation this year has been just so messed up, I don't even want to talk about it. But Manning is a really good athlete, and that kid can scoot around, and he can really make some plays outside of the pocket. And when you've seen Georgia struggle against quarterbacks this year, Ty Simpson, yes, carved them up, but that's Ty Simpson being Ty Simpson. But the other ones, who really gave Georgia a lot of problems were Joey Aguilar, Trinidad Chambliss, and even last week when he came in, Kamario Taylor from Mississippi State. Those are all guys that can really move around and really add that extra element that you have to worry about as a quarterback in the run game. And I think that is Texas is going to have to turn that into kind of their superpower. Is Manning is just going to have to give these guys fits with his legs. I think that's really where they can do a lot of damage.